and 49% vote for one group of candidates, and the other 51% vote for a different group of candidates in an at-large election scheme. That majority, that bare majority of just 2%, they controlled the entire board, and so then you have a minority that has absolutely no voice in their governance. And that's what these suits are about. The California Voting Rights Act is really relatively simple. It says that where you have racially polarized voting, you can't have at-large elections, and that's what's alleged in the lawsuits. That's what's going on in Santa Clarita, and cities, being creatures of the state, have to follow state law. And that's all we're demanding of the city of Santa Clarita and the two school districts.
And so essentially, I mean, there's really no other benchmark other than voter turnout and voter numbers that you can use to gauge that, if I'm being accurate. I mean, as far as to prove that or disprove that. But Joe, if you're going to counter that, you're looking at, it's not just a matter of the numbers, right?
Well, all right. So here's the issue at hand. If you're going to go by the letter of the law, then pretty much it's over, right? I mean, they come up with these laws on a regular basis. The letter of the law says that if it's a racially polarized, and the numbers that, again, for people who weren't tuned in the first hour, what is racially polarized? According to some of the conversation that we've had, is in essence, what it is when you have a large Latino population or a larger Latino population and they don't have any real representation on these boards, it seems like, or the appearance is that we're racially polarized. Well, when you talk about the Santa Clarita Valley, yes, there's been Latinos that have run and lost. There have been Irish people that have run and lost. There's been Italians that have run and lost. I lost myself 3 times before I finally got elected. But, then we have Gloria McCardle-Fortine, who's been elected, unelected, and re-elected several times in her career from Castaic. I mean, she's made the whole rounds, and now she's running for city council. If she doesn't make it, do we have a racially polarized constituency out here? Paul De La Cerda got on his first time. He didn't have a problem, where most of the others did have a problem getting on the first time. Rose Diaz got on. She actually got voted out and will probably run again. So when you look at the community, now if you want to divvy it up and take it as this school board, this water board, yeah, that's easy. When you get it down to that size, you can make a real case for it. When you open it up to the whole district, and again, not going by the letter of the law, but when you look at the whole district as a whole, Latinos have won and lost, Latinos have run and won. So I really don't see how this applies to this area.
Yeah, Joe, so with respect to Santa Clarita City Council, Santa Clarita has been a city since 1987. Mm-hmm. There have been exactly 0 Latinos elected to the city council. There have been exactly 0 African Americans elected to the city council, and there have been exactly 0 Asians elected to the city council. Now, the examples that you mentioned, we're talking about school boards. I recognize some of the names. But, when you say, according to the letter of the law, Santa Clarita is violating the law, well, as a lawyer, I don't have the liberty of going into court and arguing, yeah, I know that's what the law says, and we're violating it, but the law should be something different. Right. The law is what it is, and that's all we're asking for, is that the city of Santa Clarita and those school districts follow the law.
So your contention, or your thought here, is that you're doing this because you just feel, or you just believe, that there's been a wrong committed, in essence, and you want to help make that wrong right.
Absolutely. I think we're impeding on Perry here. He wants to get a question.
Go ahead.
No, and I want to let you go ahead and finish your thought.
I'm just trying to figure out, and I say it, and again, in no way do I ever mean to attack you, the person, okay? But I have to wonder, where you're in Malibu, your practice is in Malibu, did they go through the phone book, the 2 people that are bringing the suit? Because you can't bring it yourself as an attorney, right? You have to find somebody
There's a standing requirement. The
Right.
plaintiff has to be
So
a
did they-
registered voter.
Did they
in
feel
the-
like they'd been done wrong and they went looking and finally found you and asked you to cover the case?
Well, I think the reason that I was in the mix here is because we recently finished our case against the city of Palmdale, neighboring city to Santa Clarita, albeit about 20 miles away. It's the closest to the northeast of any city.
But their demographics is considerably different than ours, is it not?
Well, they're slightly different. Santa Clarita has about a 30%, give or take, Hispanic population according to the 2010 census.
I want to go ahead and jump in here. Oh,
Go ahead.
We have to take a quick traffic break, guys, so I'm sorry for that. We'll continue that discussion. I want to bring it back to Santa Clarita when we get back from